It is 9:35 and I have not written anything yet because I have become obsessed with trying to make a mug, apparently, for my Secret Santa, for this bookish Secret Santa that I'm doing. And it's so frustrating because I found the perfect mug that was the perfect color, that had the perfect saying on it for this person, but it was $17 and $10 for shipping, which is too much money. So I tried to make one myself that looked similar-ish. And I made one on a website where you could pick whichever mug color you wanted and the whole mug would be that color and everything, and it was super cute. And then I went to go order it and you had to order 72 of them. And then any other mug website, like any other website where you can make your own mugs, it's only like a picture on the front, so the rest of the mug is white and it looks tacky, and I'm super disappointed. And now, I don't know what else to get as this person's non-bookish gift in their package. It's always exciting when you get to the halfway mark. 25,069 words, and it's 11:33 p.m. I'm gonna write a little bit more, probably only for another 15 minutes. Okay, I just sneezed 90 million times, and I think I'm gonna sneeze again. But it is 11:47, and I wrote 1,282 words, which brought my total word count to 25,451. And my daily average is still 1,696, so I'm still ahead, even though I haven't written the daily word amount the last 2 days, so that's good. I'm gonna sneeze again. Okay, so I have a little bit of time to write before Anthony comes home. He was supposed to be home already, but he's helping a friend put up drywall, so I have a little bit of time to write before, I don't know if we're gonna watch a movie or just watch TV shows, but we're gonna hang out, so. So I wrote 1,039 words before Anthony came home, and now it is 9:12, and I'm gonna write some more. And I just told Anthony that I had to write words I couldn't go to the grocery store for him, that he wanted me to do, and he was like, "You write lots on the weekends." What did you say? Tell me what you said. It was funny.
No. I told you write lots. I told you write lots on the weekends because you have like millions of words. And you write 4,000 and 5,000 words on the weekend.
And he was just on Saturday. I did that just on Saturday.
Yeah, I know. Because I listened.
And he was like, and I know you're ahead.
You have to be.
Alright, so it's 11:15 and I'm calling it a day. I wrote 2,087 words, and my daily average is 1,721, and my total word count is 27,538. I'm rocking it. Okay, so before I go to bed, I thought I would share a little snippet because Jade from Boho Bookworm shared a little snippet from hers, and she's just said that she was going to do that every day she met her word goal. I think that's kind of a cool idea, so I'm going to find one part, and I'm going to read it to you. Hopefully it's not cheesy. So when I read my excerpt last night, I was really tired and I was trying to be really quiet because Anthony was sleeping. So I'm going to reread it now in day 17. And then at the end of the day I'll read my new excerpt from today. So this is yesterday's that I'm just rereading, so it sounds a little bit better. I hope it's okay. I slowly looked up at him and my knees weakened beneath me. Yes, I said knees. I know I only had one knee, but I could still feel both of them. My right leg was gone, but if I wasn't thinking about it, I forgot that I didn't have it. Even if I looked down at my missing leg, it was still there. And right at that moment, it was weak with something I had never felt before. So I went to my friend's bookstore after work to look for a book to get for my Secret Santa. And as I got there, I realized I forgot my book that I'm reading at work. Also, Chloe Diller, because I brought it because someone who worked today wanted to see it, so she was like, bring it on Thursday so I can see it. So I left them both at work. I'm going to go back to work and get them before I came home. But I was at the bookstore for an hour talking, and I didn't want to go back to work and get it after that because it was already after 6. But it was pretty interesting. We talked about a lot of things, and one of the things that we talked about was how I really, really want to read a YA book that takes place in Canada. Like, specifically a book that takes place in high school, like a contemporary or something. Because I really really want to read a book about someone who's in grade 11 or grade 12 instead of someone who is a senior or a sophomore or a junior. Junior? I don't even know. See? Junior is junior. Sophomore is grade 10, right? And I want to read a book about someone who has a spare third period instead of study hall. Again, study hall is like a spare, right? And I want to read about someone where just because you're on the football team doesn't mean automatically that you're cool. Or maybe about someone who's on the football team and is also in band. Or someone who's on the rugby team, because rugby is better than football. I want to read a book where Thanksgiving happens in October, or where they talk about Boxing Day after Christmas, or celebrating Canada Day on July 1st, or getting Timbits at 2 o'clock in the morning. No, Timbits are no good at 2 o'clock in the morning. They'd be stale by then. Or people eating butter tarts and NaNoWriMo bars and poutine and Timbits at a decent hour where they're probably fresh. Although stale Timbits are still good. Damn it, now I want Timbits. I want to read a book that takes place in a Canadian high school written by a Canadian. That is what I want. Right now, someone do it. Or tell me if you know about a Canadian book that takes place in Canada, written by a Canadian author, that takes place in high school, where it's like, you know, noticeably Canadian. Like, not even like noticeably Canadian, I want to say like comfortably Canadian. Like something that will make you feel like at home when you read it. Something that'll make you be like, oh, this is what I know. So I just killed like a lot of time not writing. I just was going through like old blog posts and stuff that I apparently used to write, and I completely forgot that I wrote an alternate ending to Allegaint, which I did for my sister for Christmas. I did not need an alternate ending. I liked the ending of Allegaint. I didn't think the book as a whole was as good as the first two, but I had no problem with the ending. It's a good alternate ending, I think, and like I'm reading it over and I'm like, ugh. Like, I think this is pretty well written. I'll leave the link to it down below if you want to read it. I think it's pretty good. I still have not written. I am now reminiscing about when I interned on a movie and had a crush on the main actor in it, and it was pretty funny because I told my boyfriend, I was all like, Anthony, I have to tell you something. And he was like, what? And I was like, I have a crush on Ennis. That's the main character, Ennis Esmer. He was like, oh, that's cute. I was like, oh, okay. Like, it's not a real crush. Like, I don't want to date him or anything. He was like, I know. And I was like, okay. And then anytime I came home from the movie set, he was like, how was your crush? Alright, I wrote 1,804 words. So my total is at 29,342. I wanted to just make it to 30,000 today because that would have been amazing, but I have done literally nothing today since getting home from work, and I should do something. I just realized that I didn't share an excerpt when I just said earlier that I was going to do that every day. Every day that I made my daily word goal. So I guess I'll do that. I'm not going to share something from what I wrote today, though. I'm going to share something from closer to the beginning of the book. Excuse my extremely tired voice. For some reason, they were all interested now. They were all eager to get me into the house and ready for my leg to come off. As soon as Mason said that he'd done it before, the guy with the gun raised his eyebrows and his voice went different, all concerned and worried, but intrigued. He asked Mason a few questions, and everyone started to get loud and eager and excited, and that's when I started to tune everything out, because I was realizing at that moment that I was actually going to let him cut my foot off. He was going to cut my foot off. Look what I got. Wait, we're at the movies. We're gonna go see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And now I lost it. I got a Santa ornament with my popcorn. So that's exciting. And that's Laura. And that's popcorn. And that's Mars ad. Okay, I am back from seeing Fantastic Beasts. I really enjoyed it. I had 2 little tiny problems with it. Otherwise, I absolutely adored it, and I really want to see it again. I loved Newt, and I loved Jacob. He was fabulous, and I loved the little creature who stole all the jewels and the money. He was adorable. And the little green guy. It was a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. It was really exciting, and it was really fun to see the magical world like outside of school and not with teenagers. It was really good, and it was like kind of scary, and it had like some like, I don't want to say violent parts because there was like no blood or gore or anything, but like the idea of it, I guess, was violent. Like the stuff that happened, even though there was no gore, it was still violent, if that makes sense. Anyway, it was really good. I recommend. Now I have to write. It's late. Also, it's 11 p.m. because we went to Walmart and stuff after the movie, so yeah, time to write. It's 11:54, and I'm at 30,089 words! I only wrote 747 words, but that was in 45 minutes, which is not as good as I have done, but I'm still on track. I'm at 30,000 words. Now I'm going to make the Facebook event for my book launch, because I just got confirmation that I will have my books before the date that I want to have my book launch on, so now I can plan it.